Well, now you ruined my intro.
Well, I literally couldn't do anything on my...
I know, I was getting set up, making sure all the options were set, and then, like, as I'm about to do the intro, I hear, "Are you talking yet?" Well, now that's going into the video. Hello, viewers! My name is Luigi Means Me, and welcome back to LEGO Dimensions.
Hi there, I'm the one interrupting.
You're still interrupting, thanks for that.
I know.
Unfortunately, we're not going to be doing co-op anymore, because she's back on the other side of the country. I will be looking into a method that will let us do it sometime in the future, but for now, we are going to work on the remaining Year 1 level packs, starting with Marty McFly here in Back to the Future. Normally I do these after finishing up the DC Comics level in the main story, just because I have all the keystones by then. But I wanted to make sure that while we were together, we did the Portal level pack. Or the Portal main story level, rather, so I skipped out on it for a few levels.
Yep.
In other news, I am still healing from the broken wrist, but I have just enough control over my hand that I can actually play video games now. So...
constant stream of one-handed games, and yet the most one-handed game of all you refuse to play.
What are you talking about?
Pokemon.
Okay. Let's just not get into that right now. Because you full well know why I'm not in a Pokemon mood.
It was your own damn fault.
It was my fault, but I completely burnt myself out by catching every single Pokemon in the span of like a week. Like, I'm sorry, I haven't felt like playing Pokemon ever since I finished that. I burnt myself.
I have another friend who likes Pokemon.
Like, I will say, I've kind of thought about, like, trying to get back into our randomizers. Just for the fact that, like, I don't know, for some reason I really enjoy, like, hunting down random Pokemon. Like, walking into a patch of grass and being like, oh, what am I gonna get here? Oh my god, it's a fucking Mega Latias. Which has happened in some of our randomizers.
Honestly, I wanted to discuss that with you, but we can do it after the recording. To try and do a Soul Link, game.
I've brought this idea up to you.
I know, and I didn't like it at first, because I was like, we're not going to be able to keep track of this.
That's what Google Sheets are for. We literally have two columns. Left side is my encounters, right side is yours. And when one dies, we cross that column off.
Or we just give them the same nickname.
You know what? Same nickname also kind of works.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think that's a little bit easier than what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's why I didn't like it.
Well, because I was going to be the one that would handle the doc, so I just tell you, like, you'd ask, hey, can I use this Pokemon? I tell you, yes you can, no you can't.
Yeah.
But part of the Soul Link is, like, we have to have the same team, right?
Same team, but, like, we cannot have, types that, like, cross over.
No, we can have types that cross over, but, like, it'll be, like, it's a Nuzlocke type rule where, like, I catch, on Route 1, say, I catch a Bidoof, you catch a Rattata. Those two are linked together where, if one dies, the other dies. But also, if one person decides to box the Rattata, I would have to box the Bidoof.
Yeah. No, I understand that. But another rule is that we cannot have the same type on the team. So if I have a poison type, you can't have a poison type.
I don't remember that being a rule. I say we go with that for as long as we can, but it's inevitably going to happen just because of dual types.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we'll work that out. Maybe after this level, we'll like do a small recording session today, and then we'll start that up. Do you want to do that in a randomizer or just a base game Nuzlocke?
Honestly, a random run, because I know you're sick of base game.
I am completely sick of base game. What would be the best game to do it in? Like,
we literally barely started Ultra Sun. We can restart it.
We got fairly far into Ultra Sun. We got like one island in. I was thinking though, honestly, a game that we both know.
Yeah.
And in that case, I think it should be ORAS.
Okay.
That, because again, we are in the middle of Ultra Sun, we can keep that file and not do a soul link on that one, we just play whenever we have the chance. Where is my, hoverboard? There it is. I'm gonna go way slower here than I normally do, just because I'm distracted by talking to you.
As usual, I'm just a distraction. God lights me off this Let's Play.
Please don't. I would have recorded without you if I didn't feel like you added a lot to this.
I know you wouldn't. I know you would.
There's a reason that I started my own file of this, because I wanted to play, but I didn't want to record without you.
God, I keep messing up the... if people hear me complain, I'm playing Klonoa in the background. And I'm already in one of the final areas, and, like, the platforming is...
That reminds me, I do kind of want to apologize for the hiatus on the series, but, this is going to be the dumbest reason for the hiatus, but Portal just came out on the Switch, and we've been enjoying playing that together. Yeah,
after the first fiasco involving it.
Do you want to tell that story?
Long story short, I have a computer, and it's current year, basically. And Luigi was very, very confident that it would work. It would run Portal, so I did the thing. I downloaded Steam, bought Portal.
Yeah, I forced her to buy it.
Forced me. Made me use money I didn't have.
You had the money.
Anyways.
Don't make me look like a really horrible person.
I finally did it. Okay. Anyways, I settled that story like super comfortably. So maybe buy the game, installed the game, did the whole 9 yards, and it ran like crap.
Yeah, we tried to play multiplayer together, and it was running at like single-digit frame rate.
I'm gonna point this out on recording too. Luigi said they would buy me the game when it came out for Switch.
Oh, please, let's just not get into this.
The immediate panic!
Please, let's just not, because that's going to make me seem even more like a horrible person than I already did after the first story. I was fine with it. I made out like a bandit, honestly. You really did, so I guess we can't tell the story. Portal, for those of you who don't know, when it came out on the Switch, it was like, it was the day of a Nintendo Partner Direct, and in the Direct it was like, hey, Portal's out now, and I'm like, son of a bitch, I'm like just getting back to work after my injury, I have no money, so I hit her up and I'm like, alright, if you buy 2 copies of this, one for me, one for you, $20 game, I will pay you back with Xenoblade Chronicles 3, so you're saving $20 in this deal.
And like, that's why I'm fairly okay with it.
It was mostly like, she budgets for 2 games a year, and I figure if I save her $20, she can budget for a 3rd game. And when in that same Direct, Persona 5 Royal got announced for the Switch, I know she's gonna want to budget for a 3rd game.
Unfortunately, that budget probably will not go to Persona. It went to Klonoa.
Yeah, Klonoa was the one that she ended up getting instead. So
it's not that big of a loss for me, honestly.
It's not, especially because you're already in the middle of a Persona 5 Royal playthrough. By the time Royal actually does come out on the Switch, you're going to have finished that playthrough and not going to want to play through it again for a little while.
Yeah. freaking bet.
And I don't know if I've told you this, but if it makes you feel any better, I am actually going to buy Persona 5 Royal on the Switch so you can play my copy.
Ooh. Anyways.
Just because I enjoyed Royal enough that I would buy it again on the Switch.
So that's surprising.
One that I must protect at all costs.
It is surprising given that every single boss I nearly ripped my goddamn hair out.
I will say, the boss's thing, I feel that was their fault.
It was not my fault! How was it my fault?
You didn't use the fusions!
I did! I did! I'll do another playthrough on the Switch and see if, now that I know more what I'm doing, if I'll have an easier time. Because I still think it was, like... I had to have been doing something wrong, because the final boss should not have taken me 3 hours for a single attempt.
For sure. We're gonna get, like, comments asking how that took 3 hours.
What do you want from me?
Oh, by the way, comments. The comments are good for the YouTube algorithm.
Damn it, why did you squeeze that in before I could? I've been looking for a moment when I could do that. Like...
Sweet.
I hate you.
Texas, still in the West, baby.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
By the way, if Badrai is somehow watching this, I know you tagged him in like his Twitter comments.
I did actually. I will say he might if he ever gets the time, because he does. He's mentioned in videos before that he likes to watch small YouTubers and like give them encouragement if he feels like they're doing the right thing.
So like, yeah, hi, big fan.
Well, welcome to this stupid fucking show. When we're not, we haven't even mentioned the game once since I jumped into this level. We've been talking about Pokemon and Persona.
I mean, do you need anything else in this world?
Well, I guess the other game we've been discussing is Portal.
Do you need anything else in this world?
I will say, I was apologizing earlier for hiatus in the videos. They're probably going to go on a hiatus again in another couple of weeks because Xenoblade's about to come out, and that's going to engulf both of our lives.
Oh, God, I cannot wait.
I cannot wait, man.
I may not be able to play it as much as I want to, because life stuff's going to get in the way.
Yeah.
No?
I mean, I don't know if you're going to have, because you start a new job soon, I don't know if you're going to be getting release day off, but I know I have release day off, and I'm going to be playing the shit out of that when it comes out.
When's release day again?
July 29th.
Is that a Saturday?
No, it's a Friday.
I get the night off! My job already told me, like, oh yeah, no one comes in on Friday, so we're gonna need you on Friday, and I'm like, fuck.
Fun.
On the one hand, I come in on Friday, on the other hand, I get extra money.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you get extra money, but on the other hand, but I needed that day off. It's like, so I had a doctor's appointment, to like check up on my wrist, like scheduled the week before Xenoblade came out. So I went to my boss and I asked for that Friday off for the doctor's appointment and the next Friday off for Xenoblade. And then I get my doctor calls me like this week and is like, hey, your appointment's been postponed to the 29th. I'm like, motherfucker. I don't have to request that day off because I already did, but like, that's supposed to be a me day.
You love to see it.
At least on the upside, it's a Switch game, so I can take it with me to the doctor's office. And this is This is the time when the Bluetooth audio actually works on the Switch, so I can use my Bluetooth headphones and actually listen to it in the office.
Oh, I just realized, since speaking of Bluetooth headphones, I'm gonna have to get a pair of those now, because I realized that my new phone... Oh, right. So my phone...
Yes, let's tell this story. So, when she...
I've been hanging on to the same phone for like 5 or 6 years.
She has literally had the same phone since we were in junior high together, like a decade ago.
So I've been holding on to the phone out of both necessity and I really did not want to make the switch because it's very expensive nowadays to get a new phone. So when it finally gave out, I got help with ordering it online. I don't know how. Verizon lost the order. They never printed out, like, the little label that says, make it go here.
So, have you gotten any sort of update on when it's coming, or do you still, like, is it still completely lost in limbo?
Oh, they literally said, like, oh yeah, just cancel the order and order it again. You won't be charged double. But, like, you know.
If it was me in that situation, I'd be like, I shouldn't have to order it again. You should just give me the fucking thing I ordered.
Let's go.
Like, that's what our argument was, right?
It's like, don't make me order it a second time. Just fucking give me what I ordered.
We tried that. But they're like, oh, the address is wrong. And the address wasn't wrong. We used the one that, like, UPS provided. So it was one of those... so it's trapped in limbo. We ordered it again, quote unquote, or we tried to. But the thing is, they're like, oh yeah, no, you have to contact like corporate to like get a cancellation. And so we do that, and like it was on and off, and they're like, oh yeah, it's still not showing up in our system. You're gonna have to wait even longer, so that you can like see that it's actually in our system. So we can cancel it for you, so you can order it again. So the phone is still stuck in limbo.
So do you have, like, any sort of date that you know when your phone's gonna come in?
Nope.
Good God.
No. I've been waiting for this thing since July, the 4th of July, guys.
And it is, as of today, July 17th. So it's been about 2 weeks.
Yeah. At this point, it's funny.
It's funny, but, like, you need a phone, man. You're about to start a new job.
I know. I don't think you understand just how much trouble this actually caused. Because I nearly missed a phone call from my job, basically.
Like, this is the one time... This is the one time I'm not going to give you shit for having a landline, because I give you shit for that all the time. But it's the one time it came in handy. It's the one time the fucking landline came in handy.
Oh my god, the one time it wasn't a... That call in itself was really funny. So, I was... The day that I got the call, I was waiting for the phone. Because UPS said, like, oh yeah, we're going to need someone to be there at the door so that we can get a signature, right? So I was just hanging out, waiting, and my mom comes back from running errands and stuff like that. And she's like, and I told her, like, hey, can you, like, watch the door and just give me my signature? It'll be fine. And I go take a shower. Right then, the landline, like, starts ringing, and I don't think anything of it. Mom comes rushing into the bathroom where I'm showering. She's like, it's your job! So I'm like, oh! Turn off the shower head, make sure, like, they can't hear that, the shower's been going. I'm like, and they're like, oh yeah, here's, like, the benefits, here's, like, what you're gonna do. I'm like, completely, like... in the tub. Like, yeah, yes, I can,
Like, I can totally do this. Can I get dressed now?
Oh my god, it was amazing, and I had to hold completely still so you wouldn't hear like wet slapping sounds against the tile. And they're like, oh, I love your enthusiasm. I can't wait to have you. Just wait for another call. We'll give you your schedule. And I'm like, oh, that's not bad. The lady who was going to give me my schedule took like some days off.
Yeah, so when is she supposed to come back?
I think she's like supposed to come back Monday or so, but they don't know. She took an unknown amount of days off.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh my god.
Your life right now is just a comedy of errors.
That's what my life is, guys. Just puts on Joker makeup. It's a comedy.
So I'd like to point out, by the way, about her phone. When she came out here, I was relentlessly teasing her for it because her phone was on the verge of death so hard that at a full charge, it lasted maybe 20 minutes. So she had to carry around a battery pack and a charger for it. And like at that point, you really need to get a new phone because that one's on the verge of death. And apparently, it heard me. Like right after she came back from her trip, it died.
I think I got like one more weekend of use out of it, and then it stopped completely, full on stopped.
So
it was like.
So what happened with it was that apparently it no longer would connect to Wi-Fi or mobile data, so it like has no form of connection with it at all. That's not what I meant to summon in. I'm an idiot. I meant to summon in Aquaman, and I summoned in his car instead.
I'll take the Aqua card. It's probably useful.
It is in some situations, but I kind of need the man himself right now.
Who needs Aquaman? Aqualad, where's that, yo?
I will say, Aquaman in the LEGO games has always been entertaining to me. Just because of, like, he tends to alternate between, like, how important he is in the series. Because he didn't even get to appear in the story of a LEGO DC game until LEGO DC Supervillains. Because in LEGO Batman 2, he was needed for 100%, but he was not part of the story with the rest of the Justice League. You had to unlock him separately. He was not needed for, like, his abilities weren't needed in LEGO Batman 3, and I honestly don't even remember where he was, but he's not in the story of that game. And then they finally allowed him to be in the story, and the game focused on the villains.
That's just his life, man. Always the bridegroom, never the bride.
And even then, his abilities in LEGO DC Supervillains aren't that great. So, like, the most youthful he's ever been was in LEGO Batman 2 and in year 1 of this game, where he was, like, if you're doing just year 1 stuff, he is required for 100% because he has the Aqua Pools ability. But they gave that ability to a couple of year 2 characters that you need to get for other abilities. So, in minimum 100%, you don't even need him anymore.
Oh.
The only reason I use him is because of my self-imposed rule where I try to use characters from the year that they're in, if at all possible.
Oh, that's amazing.
Otherwise, I just, anytime I would need to use the Aquaman ability, I'd just summon in Bubbles.
Because she brings the joy and the laughter.
She's always been my favorite. That's actually kind of a good question now. I'm curious, who's your favorite Powerpuff Girl?
Buttercup.
Everyone I've ever talked to has always said Buttercup is their favorite.
Okay, for me, she kind of just spoke to me on a spiritual level.
You kind of act a lot like Buttercup, I won't deny.
I am bloodthirsty. Constantly.
Like, I feel like that's why I like Bubbles so much, is that she speaks to me on a spiritual level.
I hope you read that shopping list.
I will admit, some of my favorite episodes from the show were actually Bubbles-specific episodes.
She had some really good episodes.
He's not moving. Oh no.
Probably the one that I really liked way back in the day was the one where, like, they teased her so hard because she's weak and she can only, like, handle, like, level 1 villains.
Yeah, I do remember that one, yeah.
Yeah, and when she finally, like, quote-unquote snaps, and she take on, like, much harder villains. Like, they're like, alright, you need to take a chill pill. Like, alright, cool.
So, this level is shorter than I remember it being. Like, I've never actually checked the time after finishing this level. I thought it was going to take me like an hour to finish it, but I just checked down. We're 26 minutes into the recording.
Ooh.
So, I think we got time for another level. What do you think?
Yeah, let's go.
Alright.
Let's give him an extra level as a treat.
As a treat and an apology for being gone for so long.
I will never apologize for that.
Well, of course you don't have to. It's not your channel. You're not part of you're not part of the YouTube algorithm.
Not yet, TV.
Alright, so I'm gonna give you the choice again. Simpsons or Ghostbusters?
Ghostbusters.
the pure panic of like, oh god, what do I choose?
Oh, they won't understand that, but they will someday.
Someday we'll explain it. Today is not that day.
It'll be a long time. A long time before you're old enough, my son.
It's gonna be a long time coming.
Always cute and fierce, though.
That's Korra, isn't it?
Yes.
I've played way too much of that game. I have ultimately played way too much of that game.
We're gonna find out later on that, like, it's not even Korra that we're referencing. It's gonna be some other blade.
I'm fairly certain it's Korra, though. You can double.
I believe it.
You can double check. You're not the one playing. You can go on Google.
Ah! Don't worry about that. Platforming.
Yes, your greatest nightmare.
Okay, so there's like a section in this part of the level that I'm on. I still want you to play this game, so I will be very vague about this. Where it looks like one of those places where in modern platformers it would just not let you run off. But because this is basically the PS2, the PS1 platformer, right?
Oh, like the hitboxes are a little jank?
Huh?
The hitboxes are a little jank?
It's not even jank, it's just that, oh, you thought we were gonna be nice and we were gonna stop you from, like, walking off this place that clearly looks like you can walk off of it? Screw you!
I still need to show you the Fix the Adventure video, because I think you'll really like it. Because it's like the ultimate of jank PS1 3D platformers.
Okay, so I want to share a little fun little thing that I found out about Klonoa. So the dev for the game was like, I don't want to make a 3D platformer because I think those are the ones that we've been putting out on PlayStation are pretty bad. So I'm going to make
except the PS1 was like the peak of 3D platformers.
I mean, that's what he thought.
Because, like, the PS1, we got Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, Jumping Flash, Ape Escape. Like, we got some really fucking good 3D platformers on the PS1.
It's true, but I guess there must have been, like, a lot of shovelware on the PS1 that the dude didn't like.
I will say, like, when it comes to 3D platformers, what is the first that comes to your head? Like, the immediate game that comes to mind when you think, hey, 3D platformer?
You're gonna fucking hate me.
I am gonna hate you, but I want to know your reaction.
I'm not gonna lie, it's Super Mario 64.
That's actually I'm not going to hate you for that, because that's a very valid answer.
Mr. I hate everything Super Mario 64.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I hate Mario 64. But that was like the pinnacle of 3D platformers back in the day. Like, it was the first one to really make it known. So to have that be the first game you think of when you think 3D platformer, I don't know, that's valid.
I feel like I need to emphasize just how much you hate Super Mario 64.
Look, man, I have, like...
Holy crap.
Like, that game already just doesn't strike well with me just because it's very janky. But when I think, hey, I actually feel like playing Mario 64, I play the DS version just because it feels and plays better. So, like, I have no reason to play the original when the DS version exists. And I'm gonna get so much hate for that in the comments. Oh, that's gonna be the thing that gets my channel shut down, is saying I don't like Mario 64.
Oh, you know what? That's a worthy way to go down.
It's like a moment of, if I go down, I'm taking you with me. With fucking Mario. Yeah, but when I think of like platformers on the N64, if I want to play an N64 platformer, I'm gonna play Banjo-Kazooie or Rocket Robot on Wheels.
The fuck? What?
Have I never shown you that game?
No.
It's a very niche 3D platformer, but it's actually really cute and pretty fun.
Clearly, it's a super niche 3D platformer.
I'll have to show it to you later, but it's quite good, and I enjoy it. I've never beaten it, just because the one time I got really, really far in it, I got distracted by another game and then lost my save data for it, so I haven't felt like replaying up to the point I was at.
Sure.
But I do enjoy it. And it's not like it doesn't have the same issue as Donkey Kong 64, where there's just way too much for you to keep track of in a level.
I hope we could take care of this quietly.
I will say, I recently looked up a video, just kind of in general. It came up on my feed that said, like, why do people hate Donkey Kong 64? And, like, that's a lot of collectibles, my guy.
Yeah, so, like, there's Donkey Kong 64, like, it would have a lot to keep track of if it was only one character, and then they multiplied it by 5. Like, what the fuck, guys? And, like, this is
a vicious idea, but
this is the same team that made Banjo-Kazooie one of the greatest platformers of all time, and they just completely fucked it with Donkey Kong 64.
I feel like they really wanted to go above and beyond.
Oh, they absolutely did, but they went a little too far.
To went a little too above, too beyond. I found another hard part in Klonoa.
It's Klonoa, what do you expect?
At this point.
I will say, at one point, we do have to do a Let's Play of Banjo-Kazooie, right?
Oh, yeah. I wish I could do the rest of the game blind. But, like,
where even are you in the game? It's been so long since I've watched you play the game that I don't even remember what level we left off on.
It was not Rusty Bucket Boob.
We did not get as far as Rusty Bucket Boob. I think we were in Gobi's Valley.
Mm-hmm. We were, and I cried.
Yeah.
So frustrated.
Yeah, you had kind of a hard time with Gobi's Valley.
And the worst part is we started Googling stuff in the middle of the session, so I felt even worse because we got nothing done.
I mean, I was the one Googling stuff, and then you got distracted by other stuff.
No. We were both Googling because you were very insistent on one kind of amiibo.
Oh, you know what? That's right. That's right. That was the one where we were trying to look up, what was the amiibo?
I don't remember if it was the giant yarn Yoshi.
Oh, it was the giant yarn Yoshi. I think it was giant yarn Yoshi, and I was trying to look up Marina for you.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you got the Marina.
Oh yeah, I can't even be mad about that. I'm just the only situation where I'm going to be mad is if they end up re-releasing the Idols for PS3.
And it's like, you could get them now for like $30, and I spent 90 on that Marina.
God.
Like, I was gonna get you 2 amiibo, but the price of the Marina was so high that I could only get you 1.
It's fine.
Like, what was that one? Because I know that one was paying you back for something. What was that one for? Was that the... That was the Wind Waker double pack, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Just because I happened to find a really, really good deal on the Wind Waker double pack.
Mm-hmm.
I have some really good amiibo in my collection, I'd like to point out.
Also, I'm gonna be in severe pain if I don't find, that last gem.
It bothers me that you call it a gem. It bothers me. It bothers me on a deep emotional level.
Oh, Lord. Please. No, I got stuck on 99. I don't even know if that's the right number. If I exit this level and it says that I'm missing 1, I'm gonna be so mad.
I'm trying. So, at this point, with the amiibo collection that you have, because this is an interesting topic to me, what would be the next amiibo you want to add to your collection?
Okay, amiibo that are out right now, I would want the Guardian Ratha amiibo. So I still really like Monster Hunter Stories.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a good one to add to your collection.
The one that is, like, not out, but I know it's coming, any of the Splatoon 3 amiibo, because
Don't forget Pyro and Mithra.
Oh, yeah.
You and I both know that's going to do something in Xenoblade 3 after the fiasco that was the Shulk amiibo.
Yeah, actually, the Shulk amiibo would be pretty nice, too.
I am so glad I already have that thing in my collection.
Actually, you know, the other one that's, like, me personally, I really want that, is the Joker amiibo.
Yeah, actually, that one looks really cool, and I think I might get that one soon. I know you're gonna.
Another one.
I know you're absolutely gonna hate me if I get that one before you do, but I really want that one.
I won't. I'll be like, mad respects, yo. There's actually a dude that I've been watching on TikTok that was making all the Phantom Thieves out of existing amiibo parts, and they just finished Haru, and it looks so good.
Oh, that's awesome! You gotta send that to me.
I'll see if I can find it again, because I didn't favorite it.
Cause I want to see the Futaba one. And maybe a little bit of Kasumi as well.
Oh, maybe. Quick side tangent. The other amiibo that I would really like, just to complete the collection, would be the 2 missing Octoling amiibo that I need. Because I bought the,
Aren't those the only 2 Splatoon amiibo you have left?
Yeah, those are the only 2.
See, for me at this point, if it was amiibo I'd add to my collection, I want to get all the Smash Metroid amiibo so I can complete my Metroid amiibo collection.
That's fair.
Because I've already got the hardest part out of the way, which is the Samus Returns amiibo set. Good God, those are hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
How much did I spend on those? Like $150?
That's not something you should be saying.
Like, it was worth it, because I really like the squishy Metroid, but, like, good God, man, no one bought that game.
Honestly, I kind of want to get that amiibo set for a friend, because he's very much into Metroid.
Is that the same one that you were telling me about that was, like, really heated on, like, whether or not Dread was going to be good before it came out?
Yeah, and then he just fell in love with it.
Of course he did, because it's Dread. Dread was so good.
He's unfortunately the kind of guy who's very hypercritical of, Nintendo. So his expectations were high. And the only thing he didn't like was the ending, which I'm going to reserve my opinions on that when I get there, right?
You've gotten to the Emmy.
I have, but remember I was doing that thing where I'm like, oh, well, I'm that close to 100%, I might as well try.
Yeah, but you you fought all the enemies, is my point.
Yeah.
Or did you say the enemy or the ending?
Endgame.
Okay. See, I thought you were saying his only complaint was how the Emmy were handled, and I was very confused as to why you were reserving your opinions when you've encountered them all.
No, like, the literal end of the game is what he has his issues with, which is what I was, like, saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna reserve my opinions.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. I have my opinions on it, but I will wait until you play through it, and it's not something I'll be discussing on stream just because spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
But from a surface level, Metroid Dread is the best game in the series, and I absolutely adore it.
There's something very important I forgot to tell you. Like, don't cross the streams.
But other than the Metroid amiibo, I want to get, just to knock them out of the way, I want to get the rest of the Anniversary Zelda amiibo, because those are going to be fucking impossible to find.
The Skyward Sword one.
Good God, do you remember the hassle I had trying to find the Skyward Sword one for you? I eventually,
Honestly?
after an hour of searching and couldn't find anything for a decent price, I eventually told you, sorry, if I find one, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Like, I will get one, but I don't think I can afford to buy two of them.
That's fine.
But I also really want to get it's kind of asinine that I don't have one yet, but I want to get a Luigi.
Actually, yeah, you don't have one yet.
I don't have a Luigi, and it's really asinine that I don't have one yet. It's a moment of like, I bought all these really, really cool amiibo, but I haven't got a Luigi yet. What the fuck is wrong with me? So that next check, I may actually see if I can find a cheap one on eBay, just so I can finally say I have a Luigi in my collection.
Oh my god.
I may actually get both of them, because there's only two Luigi amiibo.
Yeah. Also, thank God, I actually got 100% my first try on that level I was complaining about.
The one that you were worried about missing one gen.
Yeah, because that place is... Oh, it hurts.
It hurts so good.
It's a really good, well-designed level, but like trying to get 100% is so cool. I actually think I'm in the home stretch. I think I'm on the last level.
You did say it was a short game, so it's not going to surprise me too much if you are in the end game.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually save that for another time. Where I can dedicate my whole attention to it, because
Yeah.
Klonoa is so good. Like, I will shout on a hill how good Klonoa is.
One of these days, I'll still make you play Spyro.
I think I'll still like Klonoa better.
I'm sure you will, but I do think you actually will like Spyro.
I mean, I remember a lot of it from when I was a kid.
That is true. You did have the babysitter that played Spyro a lot with you, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was why you wanted to.
Babysitter. He would just come over and play Spyro in front of the TV, and also Okami.
I was about to say that was the same one that got you into Okami, right?
Mm-hmm.
See,
he had a lot of cool games.
I like that we both had our own childhood Spyro story. I guess I could tell mine. When I was a kid, one of my buddies that I would go visit a lot, he had a PlayStation. And every time I went over, I would always play specifically Spyro 3. That was always my favorite of the trilogy. And there was one point where he invites a bunch of his friends over, the same weekend that I'm there to hang out. And they all know that I'm obsessed with Spyro, and they don't want to interrupt me from playing the game, but they also want to turn all the lights off and play Marco Polo in the room. And this is the coolest thing. Instead of trying to do it in a different room or kicking me out so they could play, they actually let me continue to play Spyro while they put on blindfolds so they still couldn't see and continue to play Marco Polo. And I just let them know, hey, you're gonna trip over something, move back a little.
Yeah.
It was the coolest thing. Like, I admit, like, nowadays it was the most antisocial thing ever, but it was cool that, like, they let me do my own thing because they knew it's not something that I would enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get so many comments of like, man, you must have been a fucking lonely child.
Yeah, I'll solve your little problem.
No comment.
Oh, guys, what can I say that doesn't make me sound like an asshole?
I mean, I was a lonely child, but let's be real here.
That's true.
I like to imagine just you in that moment. You're like deer in the headlights. What the fuck do I say? Oh god. Am I a dick sometimes?
Yes.
Good answer. So, if you're saving Klonoa for later, what are you going to move on to now?
I'm thinking. I could just go back to that game I've been playing with my friends, Grand Blue Fantasy. I don't think I've ever told you about it.
I wish I could say I was surprised, but it's you. And honestly, better Grand Blue than Fate.
Yeah.
No reaction. I was expecting a, ooh, shots fired.
No, I vehemently dislike Fate Go Now.
Then why do you keep playing it?
Because I like the characters, I don't like the game.
That's why YouTube exists.
No, I want to have PNGs of my favorite characters. What the hell?
YouTube can give you those PNGs. We sound like the most weeaboo characters ever.
No, I saw the Khabib.
I was the one who sat there playing Spiral while my friends went around me to play a different game.
Oh no, that's antisocial. That's different.
Weeaboos are antisocial.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm gonna get some hate for that one. I'm gonna get some major hate for that one.
Oh my god. Anyways.
Do you like that I realized it like after I said it? I'm like, oh, that's gonna get me some hate.
That's generally how your life goes, man.
It really is. I can't even deny that.
Still making headlines all across the country, the Ghostbusters are at it again.
My head hurts.
Oh, Dana, it's you. Oh, hi, yes, Liz, it's me. I was just exercising. I taped a 20-minute workout on my machine, played it back in high speed, so it only took 10 minutes. I got a great workout.
So, question for you: have you ever actually seen Ghostbusters?
Okay, so I'll see you later, huh? I'll give you a call.
Ooh. The second one? I've never watched the first
God
one.
damn it! We're gonna watch the first one at some point.
At some point.
Just because it legitimately is a movie that I think you'll enjoy.
That's strange.
Were you just like you saw the second one on TV and they just weren't showing the first one that day?
Yeah.
God damn it!
Don't you know we're in Mexico?
Of course it was in Mexico because they don't show good shit in Mexico.
Damn.
I get some hate for that one too.
I'm about to leave the call. You want that?
I
I have a lot of things.
That's just gonna make everyone hate me by the end of this episode.
I will leave this call.
And we were worried about how people were gonna hate me for Adventure Time.
Lord, I'm gonna hate you.
At least that one I was joking on.
I want a divorce.
Oh god. What does that remind me of?
I know.
That's probably something that I'm gonna remember like after we get off the recording.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be in the comments. We see a bunch of people like watch a relationship fall apart in 10 seconds.
Divorce now. Here's the pen.
And you hear the Spanish woman in the background. Don't sign. Don't sign. Please tell me you get that reference.
No, not at all.
Goonies.
Oh. I watched that movie once, and actually, it's available on Netflix, so I should watch it again.
You should watch it again, because it's a really good movie.
The worst part is I actually decided to watch Jaws instead.
I don't know if that's really the worst part, because Jaws is a good movie, too.
Mm-hmm.
I've never actually seen it, just because it's not my kind of movie.
Oh, it's exactly my kind of movie.
It is your kind of movie, and it doesn't surprise me one bit, but... If I'm going to watch movies from that era, it's going to be Back to the Future or Goonies, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
Or my ultimate classic, Ferris Bueller or Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club is really good. Ferris Bueller is also good.
Bueller.
I tell you about the
Bueller.
Like a weird vendetta against Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh God, let's tell this story.
So, I had an English professor that, like, has, like, this whole thing against Ferris Bueller's Day Off, for, like, whatever reason. He, like, hated the film, hated the director, hated the actor. He's
Okay. Hating the actor is fair, because he made an entire career of being good in one movie, and then he sucked in everything else he was ever in.
Yeah.
But go on.
So, like, he had, like, this weird thing against Ferris Bueller's Day Off, right? And, like, for our writing class, because this was a writing class, he's like, alright, I'm gonna teach you about sarcasm. I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It's such a great movie. And he said it almost exactly like that.
Like, just dripping sarcasm.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, that is sarcasm. And so,
It sounds like me with Adventure Time.
At some point, a student, like, really was not getting the thing about sarcasm, bought him a poster of Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and, like, hung it in his classroom, and he's just like, yep, that's my favorite poster in the room. He had no other poster in the room. That was the only one up there.
God, it really does sound like me with Adventure Time.
And he would, like, point at that poster and be like, this is for people who don't get sarcasm.
It's like, if you don't get sarcasm, sign your name.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it might as well have been. And I feel like that poster would have been blacked out still.
Yeah, I'll solve your little problem.
Oh, that's beautiful. I will say, as someone who's seen both movies, which do you prefer, Breakfast Club or Ferris Bueller?
Oh, Breakfast Club, by far.
Breakfast Club is way better. Breakfast Club is like the classic, like, teen movie.
You want to know a fun little trivia fact about that?
What you got?
So, that dance sequence that happens, like, near the middle of the film, that was originally just supposed to be Queenie, but the actress was really embarrassed about dancing on her own. So the other actress, like, jumped in to, like, make her feel better, and they decided, let's go with this thing.
One of my favorite parts of that movie, and this is something that would entertain me and only me, but it's in the lunch scene, and like the crazy chick in the background, she's just making like that weird ass sandwich.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it is about that scene, but I've always enjoyed that scene.
Oh, maybe it's because it's what you did at lunch.
You know what? Do you want to tell some of my old lunch stories of like how weird people thought I was?
Oh, how you dissected a sandwich in front of everyone?
Please tell this story.
So, I used to bring lunch for the both of us, just because Luigi needed to eat. And one day I brought over a normal ham sandwich, and they just started dissecting it, ate the bread, ate both pieces of the bread, then the ham, and it was just like, what are you doing, man?
I have a very weird way of eating my food sometimes. I've gotten better, but like, this is something I still do when I'm eating like a sandwich. I always have to go like around the outer side before I eat the inside. Like, when I'm eating corn dogs, I have to eat the cornbread before the dog. Like, I have a very weird way of eating food.
It was a surreal experience, I'm going to tell you that.
And like the one thing that at lunch at school that everyone would always get confused by was like, I'd always get like when it was something like chicken nuggets or like something you could dip, I'd always like go up to the salad bar and like get a scoop of mayonnaise on the tray and start dipping shit in it. They're like, what the fuck are you doing?
The first time you did that, that made me gag.
No, the one that made you gag was when I did that with pizza.
Oh, you had to remind me.
That's always been my thing, is that I've always liked dipping pizza in mayonnaise. And this is the part when you sign off because you gotta go throw up.
I'm like dumbfounded because I completely forgot that.
I've always liked mayonnaise, okay?
I feel like this is a good time to ask how many people out in the audience if you dip your fries in the
Oh my god, it's Victorious all over again. Oh my god, do you know what I'm talking about?
Vaguely. I only ever watched it as like background like noise.
In the iCarly crossover episode, there's one scene where the Victorious cast is at lunch, and everyone's giving Tori shit for dipping her fries in mayonnaise.
Oh.
And then, like, at one point, her boyfriend comes up behind her and teases her for it, and she turns around to him, she's like, "It's not that weird. Oh, hey."
Did I say mayonnaise or milkshakes?
You said mayonnaise.
Well, my bad. I meant to say milkshakes, but I was just still thinking mayonnaise.
Your brain was just so focused on mayonnaise.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Guys, I broke her.
We'll make it both. Are you normal and a virgin and you dip them in ketchup? Do you dip them in mayonnaise? Do you dip them in milkshakes? I'm team milkshakes here.
I was gonna say, are you a virgin and you use ketchup, or are you the Chad that uses mayonnaise, or are you the weirdo that uses milkshakes?
I could happily be the weirdo that uses milkshakes.
I also use the milkshake, but it depends on my mood. Sometimes I'll do mayonnaise, sometimes I'll do milkshakes.
I know you'll never do ketchup.
Nope. Although I will say honey mustard has started to grow on me.
Ooh, honey musty.
That's fucking weird.
I suddenly just like honey mustard.
It's like, thanks, you completely ruined it. It's like, I will never eat honey mustard again. Oh my god. Are we ever gonna have an episode where we actually fucking talk about the game?
Absolutely not. That's not what this show's about.
That is not what this show is about. It's just, hey, what kind of inane, stupid bullshit can we come up with while spending an hour playing a Lego level? Actually, we're only just now hitting an hour on the stream, and this is the second level, so we're probably about a half hour into this level.
Nice.
And I feel like we're making good time.
Good times. Good. We're making good times. We're making good time.
I feel like this is the one episode that's gonna alienate everyone because we're talking about like hating a bunch of shit and then like the weird foods that we're talking about.
This will be labeled the gross out episode. There you go.
That's my episode title. That's actually been one thing I'm like trying to learn to like what do I title my episodes? I've got some. I'm proud of a few of the ones I've done so far, but some of them I'm not super into.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first episode, I don't know if you've seen how I've been naming it, but the first episode I did "Fly, You Fools," and that's just because I couldn't come up with anything better. Although I will say, episode 2 being "Self-Serve Karen," I still think it's the best episode title. I'm very proud of that one. Yeah, do you even remember why that episode was called that?
It's because of like the whole Karen didn't want to use like a self-service area, right?
Yeah, it was the self-serve printers.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I know we don't have many viewers yet, but if someone ever does watch this and want to draw fan art, I want fan art of self-serve Karen. Because that'd be hilarious to me. Feels like something that'd be drawn in like the thumbnail of a Redditor video, doesn't it?
Yes. That fan art's gonna get stolen real quick.
Oh my god.
Look at all the junk food.
Look at them boys walking up with their food.
Mm-hmm.
I always appreciated that. There's a gif of that scene just in this game with the Ghostbusters walking up with all the junk food. There's a gif of that, and I always appreciated that. Although somehow no one's made you know what? That's a moment from later in the game, so I'll mention that later.
Oh.
I was going to mention another moment in this game that I feel is very gif-worthy that I've never seen, but that's something we haven't gotten to yet.
Mm-hmm.
I will definitely point it out when we get to it, though, because it feels asinine to me that we haven't gotten to get to that moment.
You get one person who like can make gifts, and they'll do it for you.
I mean, I could do it if I tried hard enough. I'm just it's a matter of getting a good quality clip.
Yeah.
Who do I have? There you is.
Hope you're ready for me.
So are you actually playing Grand Blue Fantasy over there?
I just started it.
Oh my god, I'm psychic.
So, I was checking the schedule for Battle of the Beasts. It's or Rise of the Beasts. That's the event. Every hour there's a new Cardinal bonus, and I just finished the Phoenix last night, Zhang Wu. Hold on, wait, what's it actually called?
Phoenix, right?
They all have names. I think Zhang Wu is actually the... Zhu. Zhu is the Phoenix. And I just finished that one last night, so I don't want to, like, keep grinding on that one. Because it'd basically be pointless.
So who's your team right now?
I have one for each element. I'll run you down. I'll run you down what I have.
I was gonna say.
My main element, which is Earth, has Christmas and Armaya, the Rooster, Summer Rat, Cedilla, and Siegfried. Begrudgingly, I have a thing against him here.
I was about to say, but you love him in Fate.
Yeah, in Fate. This one smells bad.
It's like the horny fangirl of like, he's not the same.
Yeah, that's actually pretty apt.
I want my sexy dragon.
Listen, man, this one isn't sexy. He's got dragon cancer. That's a whole plot point.
Look, man, you can have cancer and still be sexy.
Not dragon cancer.
Oh my god.
Anyways, my dark team is Vikala, Summer Dog, and Hellbell Al-Shalem. I will refuse to say her name any shorter.
I was about to say.
The Dark Dragon, Idel, and Narmaya.
Isn't Narmaya just going to be on every one of your teams?
I tried, dude. There's just somewhere I actually had to remove her. Anyways, my...
Simp.
My personal favorite team is the Wind team. I have Narmaya.
Simp.
Summer Korwa, Petra, the cow, Katora, and Vayne. Vayne is a token. He's the token male of the group.
The token male.
My light team is Nihon, Io, Mahira, the rooster, Christmas rooster, Narmaya.
Simp.
Summer Narmaya, and Kumbira, the boar.
I'm surprised you're trying to get Narmaya on every team and not Vikala.
Vikala just doesn't have that many elements associated with her. She just has she has dark, and she has.
You were about to say dog.
I was. No, well, the thing is, she's mostly used in a team called Dodge Dark, so I was going to say Dodge Dark, which isn't an element; it's a team. So she only has Dark and Earth as her elements because she's really new.
She's so new that she's not actually even an animal.
I mean, it counts.
She got the spirit, but she's not actually an animal, girl.
You're not wrong. Anyways, my water team has Summer Monkey, Normal Dog, and Hellbell Al-Shalem Summer. And let me tell you, the thing that makes me dislike this team, but absolutely love it, is I made one change, and then suddenly I can solo a lot of things. I literally just kicked Cagliostro Summer to the back line and replaced her with Hellbell Al-Shalem Summer, and it suddenly started working. The back two characters are Lancelot, Grand Lancelot, and Cagliostro, by the way. This is the one team where I do not have a Narmaya.
I love, by the way, that I'm teasing you for being a simp when I have no room to say anything.
Oh, yeah.
You and I both know I am a little too into uni.
She hasn't even come out yet, and you're still like...
Look, man. Look, she's cute, okay? She's fucking cute.
And the other team where I don't have an Narmaya, because she doesn't exist yet, is Fire. She just doesn't exist. In my Fire team, I have Anila the Ram, Metra, who I think she might get replaced once I find a better Fire character for this team, but, for now, she's there. Summer Kumbira, because she's good. Fire Siegfried, and Yule.
I'm still laughing at, this dragon's not the same.
He's not! He's got his life a little too put together.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Honestly, at this point it's more of a joke. I read through his story, I read through some of the events that he's in, and he's not bad. It's just, I'm not gonna simp for him. Not like Siegfried.
You're not gonna simp for him like the Fey Grand Order one?
Yeah.
That's actually a question I meant to ask for you for a while. Is Siegfried your most simp character in Fate?
He is a 4-star that absolutely sucks, yet I've given him holy grails to get him to level 100. So yes. People can at me in the comments like, dude, why would you waste your grails? Grail for love and not for power.
Grail for love and not for power.
Legit, that's my motto when like, how much do I like you?
I mean, in fairness, we had to do a lot of work on my file to get Chubby Girl up to a good enough level to keep her.
Good fucking god. The problem was that, like, usually you'd be able to friendship. The problem with his file, or Luigi's file, was that they hadn't gotten past Fuyuki, so I couldn't even go to some of the best, like, friendship grinding spots, so I could raise Janako's bond level. So I just had to settle for, like, the endless resource grind.
Look, man, I just don't play mobile games.
Yeah, and yet you wanted a JPEG of your waifu.
In the off chance that I ever did play a mobile game.
Oh my god. I will say, the one mobile game that doesn't feel like a mobile game really is Grand Blue. Yes, it has the gacha aspects, but like...
I mean, you can have gacha without feeling like a mobile game. Hello, Xenoblade.
Yeah.
It just has to be done well, and a lot of mobile games don't do it well.
I feel like you would be able to get it to Grand Blue, because it does balance out the gacha aspects well with gameplay. The one thing is, like, later stuff is hard. But there's, like, ways around it, like, literally just asking for help through the system, where, like, you can get high-level players to just clear out your shit.
I would say, I was discussing with one of my buddies last night. I'm going to go onto the topic of Xenoblade for a minute. You know, it's one thing I really hope comes back in Xenoblade 3?
Oh boy.
Achievements.
No.
Because I really liked how they handled achievements in the first game.
We neutralized it. You don't have to complete particle reversal.
Just like, they didn't feel pointless, you know, you got experience for doing achievements, so like, it felt worth it if you knew there was something that would give you an achievement. You'd be like, hey, let me go do this, so I'll get a couple of experience points.
Yeah.
We don't understand.
And I feel like they may actually, because Xenoblade 3 does seem to be taking a lot of the best cues from both previous games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're getting the Collectopedia back. It's someone I heard, I don't know this for certain, but I heard that the unique monster headstones are coming back. That's one of my favorite features, is that you can just refight unique monsters through the headstone rather than save scumming.
Mm-hmm.
It just popped in there. What? What just?
They better have swimsuits.
Oh, I know exactly why you want swimsuits.
You do know why I want swimsuits. Look, man, she's stacked, alright? Did you see that, in that pile of gifts I sent you yesterday, did you see the T one?
No!
There's something you don't see.
Well, I did. I see what you mean, but like, if you're asking for anything more than Uni and Eevee gifts, I scrolled right past, mate.
No, I was just talking about the Uni T one, because I wanted to point out how fucking cute she looks in that one.
I still like how most people interpreted that. And she's like, oh yeah, she's fucking unhinged, bro. Look at her stance. She's sitting spread-legged. Don't be gross, don't be gross, don't be gross, don't be gross.
I will be gross for Uni.
Cancelled. Cancelled.
And that would be the one thing that would cancel me, is being the ultimate simp for Uni. God, I'm excited to fucking play with her. I knew it. I knew you were gonna say that. I fucking knew you were gonna take it that way. I knew you were gonna take that.
Oh, amazing.
You think she's gonna be alright over there?
No. I'm in crippling pain.
That's okay, I'll send some Mio your way later.
Mio for the poor. Oh.
By the way, this is you watched the Xenoblade 3 Direct, right?
Yes.
The fact that Senna calls her Mimi is the fucking cutest thing in the world.
Oh yeah.
I was like, alright, they're just trying to make these characters cute now, and it's working. Like, did you see the tweet I sent you about Fiona?
Yes.
They were like, even in the tweet, they were like, her friends affectionately call her Fifi.
And you were like, oh my god, Fifi!
I was like, okay, they call her Fifi, and she's a fucking color guard girl. Of course I'm gonna love her. She is legit color guard as well, and I love it. By the way, totally not wanting to talk about the game, but I'm fighting Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Oh, delicious. Can't wait to put him on a s'more and bite his little head off.
I actually, every time I play this boss fight, it makes me crave marshmallows.
I have a stupid story.
Go for it.
There was one time I was kidnapped and taken to Big Bear by a family member.
It's a great way to start a story, saying you were kidnapped.
Okay. It was semi-consensual kidnapping.
Semi-consensual kidnapping.
I will not elaborate further. Nothing illegal happened.
That you know of.
Yeah. So this aunt, she heard that I had never seen snow just because of the area I generally lived in, and she's like, "Oh, cool! I'll take you to Big Bear." So she does that, and she brought this friend that none of us knew was going to go. Again, nothing bad happened. Just like there's another friend that had supposedly had a cabin up there. Did not. He rented the cabin out and wasn't going to have it until next year. So we go into damage control trying to figure out a place where we were going to sleep for the night before we got to Big Bear and drove back, right?
Okay.
So what we were supposed to do up at the cabin, we were supposed to roast s'mores, but we were at this, like, fairly shitty motel. Well, it wasn't shitty, it was nice, but it wasn't a cabin, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, my cousin that was with me, I had two cousins there with me. The girl, she's like, oh man, I was really looking forward to some s'mores. I'm super upset and sad. And I'm like, I know how to make s'mores. And I thought of campfire, and they're like, how do you make s'mores without a campfire? And like the answer, microwave the marshmallow.
And when I was a kid, I made like the most ghetto s'mores in the world. I was living in a trailer at the time, and we really wanted s'mores, so what we did, we would spear the marshmallows on screwdrivers and roast them over the gas stove.
That's actually kind of sick.
I think my favorite part about it was just that we were spearing them on screwdrivers, because we didn't have anything else.
Honestly, that's kind of based, though.
It's one of those memories that I always look back on, and I'm like, this was ghetto as fuck, but it's also really cool that we got a chance to do that. Alright, well, both of those stories pushed us over the end. We finished the Ghostbusters level. And I think that's going to do it for this episode. We've done both the Back to the Future level and the Ghostbusters level. On the next episode, we will be tackling the last of the Year 1 level packs, being The Simpsons, and going back to the Wizard of Oz level to finally 100% that now that we have everything that we need in order to do it. I've been Luigi Means Me.
I've been Pikachu25.
And we will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
See ya. See ya.